Hi everyone. Hi everyone. We are just waiting for Shashi. Good evening.
Hi Sakshi,
Hi Shashi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Good evening. How are you?
I am good. Thanks for asking. How's the weather there?
Rainy Bangalore,
Okay.
unpredictable.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, it's almost 7. Shall we start?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So, hi everyone. My name is Sakshi and today we have my colleague Shashi and we are going to discuss about 5 sorry, 5 things to keep in mind while filing the Canadian visa. Yeah. So the process of Canadian visa is pretty simple. You just have to provide required documents in a specified format. You will need to provide a letter of acceptance from a designated Canadian institute, maybe offer letter. Yeah. So now let's review some of the important documents that you need to gather before filing the visa. Okay. So the most important one is SOP here. SOP stands for Statement of Purpose. It is also known as Personal Statement or Letter of Explanation, etc. It is very difficult. It is very different from the one you write during the admission process. In the admission process, SOP, you will be mentioning why are you planning to choose this university and why do you want to pursue this course, what's your academic journey, etc. But in this SOP, you have to provide a strong reasoning why you have chosen this particular program at this particular university and why you have chosen that particular country for your further studies and what value that particular chosen program will adds to your professional career path, right? The cost payable, you also need to mention why the cost payable is justified, and the visa consulate officer might also need to know uh, what are your vision, what is your vision, what are your plans after completion of that study.
Very well said, Sakshi. It's absolutely important to put out your best thoughts here, I would say. For a Canadian visa, it is not in person, it's online. So this is one document which kind of explains like, what your background is, why you want to go and what kind of program. So I think it's very, very important to create an absolutely good explanation to say why you want to go. Otherwise, they don't find it really convincing, like why you want to go there. I mean, there's no other way that you can meet them to explain. So I think statement of purpose is very, very important. And most of the time, students kind of confuse it with admissions SOP, as you said. They start writing, oh, I have this interest in electronics from my childhood, and then start writing it, right? So for the consulate, it really does not matter. So that's mostly for the admission officer. For the consulate, all that they want to know is, do you have funds? Do you have language skills? Do you have it in you? Is your course related? And also, is your course justified? And is the program good enough? Is the program not available in India? There's so many questions that you may have to answer here. Again, one of the very important things here, Sakshi, here is It should not be like too lengthy. We are not going to write a thesis like say 5 pages, 6 pages. People don't, consulates don't have time to look at that. So brief, crisp, short, concise, I think that would really be important. And again, no wordiness, like writing in very flowery language and all does not help. So personally feeling, I think the student should themselves give a try because they are the best person for themselves. They're the best spokesperson. So if they really kind of, make it up, and if their intent is sincere, genuine, I think that would really help. So I think that's very well said. This is one of the key documents. But even before we write the SOP, I think one of the other important thing is to create your profile. So you create a profile with the Government of Canada official website. It's called GC Login. GC Login. Here in this profile, it'll ask you like some security questions like, what's your pet's name, like, most memorable person and all those kind of questions. And please remember to save it, because this particular website is where you're going to upload your application form, you're going to upload your family information, you're going to upload your temporary residence form. In addition, all the supporting documents that you need to file for your visa. So this is one portal that you might have to look into time and again, even to get a visa status, approval or denial. Everything can be viewed right in this portal. So it's very, very important that you take time and create a right profile. And I think it's very important, Sakshi, to, be honest. I think honesty takes a long way, and putting honest information there helps. And one thing to remember is this profile is going to be with the consulate forever. So, you cannot misrepresent facts, you cannot misrepresent information. So that's why, in all honesty, if it's written, it's always good. And no matter what category of visa that you apply, whether it will be for immigration or work permit or visitor visa, this profile is going to be there with them. So I think it's very, very important to just put it in all honesty and represent yourself in the truest form. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think the two important documents that would support anybody's visa would be payment of tuition fee. Maybe sometimes university will ask you to pay some deposit, which will be deducted in future from the tuition fee, or maybe the full deposit. Some students pay the full tuition fee at once. So you should have the receipt of the payment. The second thing you need to have is GIC payment certificate. So a GIC Canadian investment that has a guaranteed rate of return for a fixed period of time. In this, the student needs to invest 10,000 Canadian dollars for living expense purposes. After which you will be getting the certificate from the bank, which will justify that you have opened a GIC account.
Yeah, well said. I just want to expand a little bit on that, Sakshi. The first one is tuition fees. The deposit that you were talking about is generally a reservation for the seat at the particular program, because it easily gets filled up, and not all the students might get the visa. The college does not know whether you're going to come or not, so they just take some minimum amount to reserve the seat. That's for some competitive programs, but for Canadian visa, it's very, very crucial to pay your complete 1-year tuition fee. And that is mandatory. It's a must. There's no going back. Say, for example, if your postgraduate program costs you like 15,000 Canadian dollars, you'd have to pay a complete 15,000 Canadian dollar directly to the college or the university where you're going to pursue studies. And you would get a tuition fee receipt for the payment made. And along with that, they also need to know that you have money to take care of your living expenses, obviously, isn't it? So that is why they also collect a GIC certificate. In other words, it will take care of your living expenses. And these two financial documents will help the consulate officer know that you have adequate funds to take care of your education. So this is, again, equally important documents. Yeah. And yeah, after that, I think one other crucial document I think would be important to support your financial documents would be what is called as CA certificate, or in simple words called as auditor certificate. Auditor certificate is a summarization of your movable property, immovable property, the cash in hand, the jewelry, the land, the source of income, everything is depicted by your chartered accountant. And that document can also be uploaded on your profile, which is kind of, convinces the officer that you have got enough money, adequate money to take care of your education. For those who might be going on a student loan or a bank loan, I think that also could be shown in the auditor statement. So all these things will kind of, help you out. And they also need to know that you have completed your education in India, right? So all the clear scanned document copies required to be uploaded as well, right from 10th standard, 12th standard, up to your degree, like whatever you've done in India, the basic graduation.
Hi.
All the documents should be scanned, and it should be a clear copy, like, not like broken lines, like, it should be like very, very clear scan copy. And it should not exceed more than 4 MB size. So that is very important. And these things are also important. So any document in support of your application to Canada, be it education, be it financial, be it any kind of support, scholarship, everything have to be uploaded in this particular portal. Yeah?
Right.
Does this make sense?
Yeah. So after that,
Yeah. What else needed?
Else, I guess scanned copy of passport in a specified format given, and then digital photo, digital signature in JPEG format, Aadhaar ID number. I mean, we have passport, but still they need Aadhaar ID, and then IELTS scorecard. Last but not the least, a credit card or internationally enabled debit card is needed to make the payment. That is 160, maybe subject to change. It will change in future. I don't know. Yeah. So these things are needed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, yeah, these are some of the basic things definitely the student would have to look into. But what is more important, Sakshi, to also keep in mind the timeline. The Canadian visa, since it is going to be online, usually the processing time is quite long as of now. So it at least takes around 12 weeks. So it's very, very important that is being taken care of, right? Like you apply very well in advance.
Right. Yeah. Right. So thank you guys. We hope this information was useful. Next week we are going to discuss about scholarships offered by Indian government for studying abroad. So see you soon next week, Friday at 7 p.m. Happy weekend. Bye bye. Bye Shashi.
Thank you so much, Sakshi. Bye bye. Happy weekend, guys. And yeah, look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Bye bye.